do this. And yes, I was talking to you while I was muted because that's how I do it. So, folks, there's a lot going on. It's been a long week. I just need to know that you're here. I'm here. We did it. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about new, obviously, one of the biggest events out there, VirtuousCon. We're going to talk about a new character in the Spawn universe getting a title. We're going to talk about the Boy Scout of the X-Men who has become now the rebel leader. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite heroes in a new series and how it starts, and it's kind of messed up. Folks, are you ready? Are you? All right, let's go. Hey folks, what's up? And welcome to another episode of The Hungry Bleak Show. I am Antonio Pomares, aka The Hungry Bleak. Oh boy, it's been a week. I have been going for 7 days and 7 nights. Isn't that in the Bible or in a song? Something like that. I don't know, whatever. But look, got a lot going on. I am bone tired, but I still had to speak to you all tonight. And there's been a lot going on. So let's start with comic book news related stuff, I guess, what have you. So we have VirtuousCon is here. That's right, folks. VirtuousCon starts tomorrow, Saturday, February 21st. This is the 2-day virtual event of the year, one of the premier geek culture events out there. This is founded by Cerise Rennie Murphy, award-winning writer, best-selling author. Excuse me. This is just becoming such a huge event, and it gets bigger and bigger every year, as you'll see. This year, 2 of like the biggest names that have come out, and one of them was just awesome to hear. Well, actually, they were both awesome to hear, but one of them is Anika Noni Rose, and Aldous Hodge is going to be there. This is phenomenal, outstanding. There's so much to talk about with this event, and I just can't wait to review it later on in next week. But there's so much going on with it. You have so many vendors. You will have everything from panels. You will have there is a gaming. There's a gaming going on as well that they will be streaming. You can also go to the vending, the actual virtual floor as well to see all the great vendors that are here. So these are some of the con guests that are here. I mean, it's a plethora of who's who doing what's what, whenever, wherever. And I absolutely love seeing. Look at all these. Oh, wait a minute. Is that Jabba Chan, co-host of TBA News? Yes, absolutely. Jabba Chan, co-host of TBA News, an incredible gamer and artist. She will be there. I'm so happy that she will be there. She's going to be streaming South of Midnight. I'm just ecstatic about that, absolutely ecstatic about that. I think that's one of the coolest things possible. And you'll see, yeah, she's there. So awesome. Aldous Hodge, his business partner, Philip Bouty, I want to say. Not sure how to pronounce her last name. I apologize. Either way, I'm glad you're going to be there. It's awesome as hell. Carla Medrano, she's one of the best people. The Zelda Awards, I'm so excited to see that, and just to really just get a vibe for that. And also Luna, one of the messiest comics I've ever read, and I absolutely loved it and needed it. I guess just so many people there. Just so awesome to see. I myself will actually be a part of it. Yes, I will. Yes, I will, your boy. I'm going to have a panel there, Comics and the Legacy of Resistance. And on that panel, I will actually have Natasha Jones. I will have Stephanie Williams, TJ Sterling, and David F. Walker. I am stoked, ecstatic. If y'all remember last time I did it, I was sweating bricks. I was nervous as all hell. I felt like I lost about 10 pounds of water weight, but you know what? The show must go on, and your boy will be there, yes, as well. I'm excited for this event just in general. Even after the panel, I want to check out the gaming. I want to see how they're incorporating into that. Every year, VirtuousCon gets bigger and bigger and bolder. It becomes its own living, breathing event, and it just evolves every year when it's needed. It's beautiful. It's awesome, and one of the best parts about it is it's virtual, but it's so interactive and great. But you can still do it from the pleasure of your own home, tablet, your laptop, smart TV, I suppose, is what you could do. Your phone, you could even do. I'm guessing. So yes, I'm excited for that. So yeah, this is a 2-day event. Tickets are still available because it's virtual, folks. There you go. Let's see what the schedule is like for this, because like I said, there's so much going on. You enter the show there, and you'll have so many panels of panels. First panel starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then you'll get the floor opens at noon, and that is when the floodgates open up, and it's so cool and amazing. Then you'll have, here we are. This is in the Octavia Butler Room, which is an absolute honor. Holy cow, that's amazing. You'll have our comics and the legacy of Resistance, which I'm excited. You can see me cheesing just because I'm very excited about it. Nervous as all hell, obviously, but still very excited about it. You'll have all the gaming too. I'm excited to see, like I said, I'm excited to see how the gaming is coming out. The game room. I mean, you have Afterlife Cafe, Jabba Chan streams. Oh, wow, she's starting off. Whoa, that's outstanding. I absolutely love that. What's outstanding? She'll be streaming from 2 to 5. That's a great chunk of time. But they'll have everything from like D&D inspired games to video games to multiplayer stuff. So much going on. You'll have Reloaded, which is like Robert actually gave a review for that this past Wednesday on TBA News. There's a lot going on. There's so many genres that are there. It's no longer just a quote unquote Comic Con. It's a little bit of everything. And I'm sure next year there will be even more that is out there. I think the goal of VirtuousCon is to touch every part of geek culture and to bring it together under this one roof, and so you can enjoy it in so many different ways, especially virtually. So I'm excited about that. The team, VirtuousCon team, has always been so cool and so amazing and just beautifully done. I'm just excited for everything there. So yes, this will be tomorrow. It will start at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5 p.m. But the vending floor will open up at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, get to 5 p.m. The vendor floor, and it is going to be a hoot. I don't say that term very often, so that's very odd for me. So yes, this is going to be great. Check out VirtuousCon. Like I said, oh, I didn't even get to show you the schedule because it came up in another window. I did not know that. Sorry. So yeah, there's the gaming room, which is where you're going to have everything. Like I said, then you'll have the whole schedule here for all of the great panels that are going to be just about everything and everything. You have a live screening of the comic shop with a Q&A. Ooh, that's going to be awesome as hell. Such a phenomenal show. Yes, this is just every year bigger and bigger, better and better, bolder and bolder, and I think that's beautiful. It's fun. It's amazing. I think I'm going to have to try to get to the Octavia Butler Room because I would love to hear Leslie Penelope, but then Aldous Hodge, such a huge fan. It's, what I love? I love the fact that there's so much to see that sometimes in a real con you do miss things. That's what I love about this. There's so much going on, but you still have the virtual avenue of being able to see everything, which is a lot easier than trying to get from one end of a convention hall to the other, trying to get what you're in. So I love that. So yes, congratulations to everyone there. It is going to be a hoot. So yes, VirtuousCon tomorrow starts. I am so damn excited. Something else I'm excited about is Gail Simone on She Spawn for Image. Wow, this is big. So that there's been a huge what would I say, resurgence of Spawn over the last maybe 7 years or so, I want to say. And it started to spawn you, and there's so many different titles of different spawns. There's a team of spawns, there's a future spawn. There are even like characters that we haven't heard from in so long who have gotten miniseries. Well, here is another character, She Spawn. This is going to be Gail Simone, is going to be jumping into the Spawn world. Now, she Spawn, I haven't read a Spawn title like outside of a Rat City in quite a while, and I want to dive into. I actually want to start from the beginning with Spawn. But this is a character that was introduced in the live action movie Spawn. This is Jessica Priest. So Jessica Priest is the she Spawn. I did not know this. I knew the name of the character. I was a huge fan of it because I wanted to see how they did differently the character of Priest. They didn't go with the Priest from the comics. They made a whole new character for it. Well, we're getting her in a limited series, I believe. Excuse me. I am excited. This is going to be a new 5-issue Spawn Universe miniseries written by award-winning comics writer Gail Simone, who does X-Men, Birds of Prey, obviously, and illustrated by Ig Guara. The series marks Simone's first project collaborating alongside Todd McFarlane and arrives in stores this May with a robust debut presentation of multiple cover options. Obviously, we knew that we were going to get the variants, right? We know that. I am excited. The fact that it's going to be Gail Simone, I think it's awesome. I'm a huge fan of hers. From dating from back years and years and years ago. I think I didn't know her from Birds of Prey, but then I began to read Birds of Prey and some of our other stuff and just began to say, wow, this is one of my favorite writers out there. So getting into Spawn, universe, I think is just, not who I would have thought, was not the person I would have thought. And I love that. Bringing her energy and her exuberance to this darker, seedy, hellish, if anything, comic universe is going to be awesome to see what she does with Jessica Priest, the she Spawn. Yeah, I'm all on board with this. Congratulations to Gail Simone. I do have to read your X-Men. I know. I'm terrible. There's so much X-Men going on between. Think of it now. Gail Simone is in two of the biggest comic book universes out there, between X-Men and Spawn. And Spawn is ever growing, and X-Men is ever evolving. I love that. It's just a lot of fun, folks. It is. It's fun. It's fun being a comic book geek or nerd right now because there's so much going on all fronts and so many incredible creatives out there. I absolutely love it. I love it. And yeah, so excuse me. Okay. And this is why I pre-record episodes, folks, because I only got about 2 hours sleep last night. I've been working 7 days straight, and I kind of don't even know what my name is. But you do, so it's cool. So yes, that is what it was up for our comic book news. Now, I do have some reviews for you. Yes, I haven't had reviews for you in a couple weeks or so doing the shows. I've been giving you more news, but yes, we have some reviews. So first one I got to go up with, obviously, is Mark Spector, Moon Knight, #1. Excuse me. Yes. Okay, so you know that I am obviously a Moon Knight fan. So this is a new series that is taking up from the previous series. At the end of the last series, we actually got a cliffhanger where Mark was kidnapped, and then it just done everything. Mark is happy. He's got the girl. He's defeated his greatest enemy, and the Midnight Mission is back. Everything feels so safe and cool, and then Mark is kidnapped. So what happens then? A lot has happened then, and I'm dying to see more about what he's been up to since since then. But let me give you who is on the creative team, because they have just an amazing team of people. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing that, but oh, that is very weird how it is not giving me what I want. I mean, it's not the first time in my life, honestly. So we're going to go with our writer is still Jed McKay. Our artist is Devmalia Pramanik. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. If I am not, I apologize, but your art is absolutely stellar and just exquisite. I absolutely love it. We also have on color is Rachel Rosenberg, and letterer is VC's Corey Pettit. So when we get into this, we find that Mark has been kidnapped, like I said, and he's living kind of this mundane life where Mark thinks he's working in a in like this office building setting, which I actually kind of like. And he's the mail boy, and they show you how it's day 1, day 2, day 8 continuously, and Mark is just this humdrum drone mail boy in this office. They're trying to break him because they're looking for information from Mark, and they know that the best way to do this is to give Mark a mission. So every day there's a letter at the end of his route through all the mail, through all the offices. At the end, at the bottom of at the bottom of his card, there's always a letter that he was not able to deliver because he doesn't know who it's for or who it's from, anything about it. But he knows that's his mission, is to do that. But he doesn't seem to know how to do it, where to do it. So every day he is pretty much ridiculed and browbeaten by his boss. This goes on for the longest time, and then you realize that he's been kidnapped by this shadowy organization that wants the information, and they're using not only Mark's mental illness and his own willingness to beat himself up mentally and physically, but they're also using a fear agent to instill fear in him. Seeing Mark like this was so different, but compelling, because you really want him to break out of this in so many ways, because this is not Mark in so many different ways, between being the mail boy in this drone kind of persona and being browbeaten. That's not Mark. That's not Moon Knight. And every day, and you can see here where they show the actual mock-up, and then he goes home, he turns on the television, and he watches his favorite TV show, which is Moon Knight. And it's the Adventures of Moon Knight. And in Mark's head, that's what he's seeing, even though the television doesn't work. But that's Mark projecting. That's one of Mark's personalities, possibly, trying to speak to him. And he does it each and every single day. He's even got like a theme song for the show. That's how deep into this he is. And it goes on and on and on. And at a certain point, Mark begins to resist a little bit. And he begins seeing visions of the Moon Knight character from the television show in his waking life. I'm not going to tell you any more about this, because it just becomes so much more and so much more and so much more. And Mark doesn't know, even as I don't know, as the reader, is he actually seeing these people, these images, or are they these facets of his imagination? I don't know, but that's the best part about it. The art is so beautiful and dynamic, and you get a true feel of this office, and you even see Mark slumping and how they use the shadows to do that. The way his eyes light up when he sees the Moon Knight show is him yearning to be back to who he is. I absolutely loved it. Jed MacKay has done something so incredible and so amazing with each series of Moon Knight. I'm actually such a huge fan of what he's done with this character that I've liked for years, and he's made me actually love the character. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. This is another one I definitely recommend. I don't think I've not recommended any of the Moon Knight series from Jed MacKay. It just brings something different to it, and at the end, we see Mark trying to get to who he is. But again, we don't know if he's imagining or if this is actually happening with the person that he's standing next to, who is one of his greatest enemies. Yes, absolutely recommended. Go check out Moon Knight, Mark Spector Moon Knight. It's definitely worth your time and your money. Had a ball reading it. So much fun. The next thing I got to read was Cyclops. I found out about this at last year New York Comic Con, that they were going to be having a Cyclops miniseries, and everything that they showed at that panel for X-Men, I was so into, but particularly the Cyclops one. But I was like, I'll read it when it's in a trade. But I decided no, I wanted to read it when it first came out. Reason why is because I started thinking about the episode that we have for TBA News for Doomsday and James Marsden and Cyclops, and how Cyclops was always kind of the secondary character in the movies, even though he's the leader of the X-Men. And then I started thinking about X-Men 97 and how awesome he is. Then I started thinking about the X-Men video game the fighting game and how awesome he is. And sorry, folks, I have something in my eye. And I said, you know what? No, I need to check this out. So again, I haven't really been into the X-Men universe, as I was saying before, but I need to jump into it. So this is the new series from X-Men, from the X-Men universe. This is from obviously Marvel, and this is part of their Shadows of Tomorrow. This takes place after the future events that were happening before with everyone. So this is written by Alex Pactanel. I hope I'm again pronouncing your name properly. Art is by Roger Antonio. We have the color artist is Fer Cifuentes Sujo. I hope that's pronouncing your name also. And letterer is VC's Joe Carmanga. So after everything with Krakoa, because the last thing I read truly with X-Men was House of 10 and Powers of 10, or House of X, Powers of X. And when Hickman was like overseeing everything, not Jed McKay more overseeing everything, I believe. And Krakoa is no more. The X-Men are kind of splintered around. Cyclops' team of X-Men are in Alaska. Yes, absolutely interesting to me. I know they have run-ins with Alpha Flight, so yes, I need to get in on this because that interests the hell out of me. The X-Men operating in Alaska after everything that's happened, and Cyclops is their leader. We know Cyclops. He's just become this true badass rebel leader over years, and his image has changed so much. I started loving Cyclops when he put together X-Force because he wanted a team of killers and hunters to go after enemies in like this kind of black ops shadowy thing. I said, oh, that's dope. Yes, give that to me. So this is the story of obviously Cyclops, and shows how badass he is when he uses his power and he's like ricocheting it all around the room to hit this aim mechanic, this agent of aim, which I absolutely love. I love when characters use their powers in ways that you're not expecting, or when they grow and they learn their powers more and more, and they use their environment with it. Danger Room, obviously, but also the schools as well, the classes, they teach them so much in there. I love that fact of them. So Cyclops gets a letter, or a note, I should say. So he decides to leave. He has to go and figure something out because he wants to go after an old enemy of the X-Men, that is kind of being brought back. And so he goes, has to fly out, and as we see here, we see our enemies being reborn. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but if you know, you know. Goes back to his orphanage and has flashbacks of himself and Alex and fighting off some of the torturous events that happened at the orphanage. And he has a conversation with Alex about, you know, the orphanage and going there. So Cyclops decides to go, gets a beacon, and he goes to fly off because he wants to, and he ends up having to save this girl from these enemies that he's had, in the X-Men have had in the past. They shoot his jet down, knowing that it's him and fearing him and being like, oh my God, if we're lucky, it's just him, but still, even him is a lot. And this young girl is running through the wilderness away from them. They shoot his Quinjet down, and as he lands, he hits his head, and his visor is destroyed. What happens then? What happens when his visor is destroyed? We all know. All hell breaks loose. He has one of the most powerful blasts ever. And at that point, it's known that it's him. When you see that red sky and that boom and that explode, you know it's him. And they're like, okay, we've got to go find him. And the young girl finds him. And she's like, oh, wow. I hope you're here to help me because you're one of the X-Men. Cyclops in the wilderness, needing to help this young girl escape, no visor, basically blind, because if he opens up his eyes, everything is done, damaged. meanwhile running from these enemies. I love that claustrophobic feel. I love the feel of what happens when Cyclops isn't able to open his eyes and has to trust this young girl. He has such a powerful ability, but he can't use it because if he does, he will eradicate everything. He can't even look in her direction. This will be claustrophobic. It will be survival. It will be trust. It will be what will happen. How can he get out of this? What will be the ramifications of this? Absolutely, yes. I was here for it all. Give me every bit. Yeah. Uh, when I read something like this, it makes me want to get into the X-Men deeper and go because this, I mean, a shot like this, when you see it and he just lets loose, I just absolutely yes. This is what I want from our X-Men. This is what I want from a live action movie from the next season in of X-Men 97. I want this. This is beautiful. This is amazing. This is stunning. And I am here for it. Absolutely. So this is another one. Go check out. I'm going to be all on this series. I actually want to go read the Rogue series, which is from Erica Schultz, who is writing Rat City as well. So she's also in the X-Men universe, as well as being a part of Spawn U. I love that. I love the crossovers and these huge universes and seeing what these amazing writers and artists and such can do in these universes. It makes me very happy. So yes. Please go and check out Cyclops, which is, like I said, it's just fun and I'm having a great time with it. So folks, that's everything for our news and reviews. Yes, it's a bit of a short show. Like I said, it's been a very long week and I'm going to have a great day tomorrow at VirtuousCon, not just as a moderator for a panel, but just seeing how it has grown, how it's evolved, seeing everything that's in there, and actually going to check out Robert, who is going to be vending. He's there in an official capacity. Jabba, who is going to be gaming in an official capacity, and myself. TBA News will be in the building, and we will have great things to say about VirtuousCon. I am absolutely sure. I'm actually tickled pink about this, while still remaining a black man. Black, but I'm tickled pink. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you heard it here, folks. So, being this is the last episode of February, which is Black Excellence Month. I wanted to give my my spotlights, and I needed to make sure that I give these people their flowers because they deserve it so much. Yes, it's cheesy. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I want to give Jabba Chan and Robert Jeffrey their flowers. Two of the best co-hosts I could ever have. Michael and I have been doing shows for such a long period of time. And I mean, it's not even like co-hosts, it's more like being brothers on screen and off screen as well. So I know that me and him can go back and forth, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You give us like 2 minutes and we can put a show together, easy enough. But then having Jabba in and bringing Robert in, and two people who I have so much respect for, between Robert and being one of the best writers out there and just being a font of knowledge and having that integrity there, and Jabba, again, another font of knowledge and having that enthusiasm, that passion for gaming, for tech, for anime, and just being such a bubbly person and, just so much fun. Having the two of them there has breathed new life into me as far as creative and doing shows. And I love that. And I am so thankful to them for being a part of TBA News and what more we can create in the future, and seeing the both of them at VirtuousCon in their respective fields. Robert vending, being the incredible writer that he is, one of the best out there in the business. I don't care. One of the best out there, absolutely. And Jabba gaming, streaming. She hasn't streamed in such a long period of time because she was rebuilding her computer and upping that, and then to be streaming a game like South of Midnight 4, VirtuousCon is amazing. They are two of the best, and everything they do, I am always so proud of them, so supportive of them. They are incredible people, truly and honestly. That's not because I'm biased, um, and maybe I am biased. It doesn't matter what have you. They are truly. That's a shoot. That's not because of anything or just because they're on the show. No, it's because they legitimately are two of the best people, and I'm so very lucky to have them to be a part of whatever I'm doing. They are two names that will always be in my mouth, whether they're in the room or not. They truly deserve those flowers, accolades. Excuse me, deserve. No, that's the word. I For some reason, no, not deserve. They've earned every bit of it, and they do it in a spectacular way. And I'm honored by them, truly, truly, truly. Another one I have to say is Cerise Rennie Murphy, uh, award-winning author. I mean, just outstanding um, in her field of writing and creating, and seeing her at numerous events, from VirtuousCon to New York Comic Con to the Brooklyn Book Festival to the Schaumburg show. It's just amazing. And seeing what she's done with VirtuousCon and how it has started and how it is still here and breathing so deeply and growing and evolving, and just everything that has become, and how it just becomes larger and larger every year is phenomenal and amazing. You have created a beacon for people. You have created a fixed point in time. You have created a premier event. You and your team have done such amazing work over the years. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of this event. I'm so proud of this series. These flowers are for you. Okay, take them, put them in a vase, put them in a boot if you like, what have you. You put them and you take them. Absolutely incredible. Um, and the last one I want to say is I want to give flowers to you. You. Uh, Whether you are a first time viewer, whether you are a longtime pancake head, my fans, I will call them pancake heads because we love pancakes. Crispy edges always. I want to say thank you. Uh, I've been doing this for a while, and I know sometimes I'm not always the brightest light there. Sometimes I can have moods and such like that, but I love Black indie community geek culture. I love geek culture. But I have to say thank you so very much to you, the geek culture, the fans, people who have watched me, people who have listened, people who have paid attention to anything that I've done. Whether you are like someone who is a comic book reader, whether you are a writer, whether you're an artist, what have you, in whatever way, if you've taken in whatever I've given out as far as content, I appreciate and thank you so very much. You are the excellence. You are why I do this, because there are comics that are out there that you know. Then there are comics out there that you don't know about, that I just found out about, that I want to tell you about, that I'm excited, and you make it so amazing to do. And I love it. And yes, I am not a viral sensation. I don't have millions or what have you, and I don't care. I don't do it for that. I do it because I love geek culture. I love Black geek culture. I love the community. And it's amazing. And yes, there are days when I'm like, what the hell are you all doing? But then there are days when I'm like, yes, we're getting it right. I love that. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, each and every one of you. I'm so appreciative. Truly, truly am. I truly, truly am. Whether you have seen me on Stranger Than Membrane, Fandom Initiative, Cultural POV, here, TBA News, whatever. Thank you for following me. Thank you for checking me out. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for taking me in. Thank you for letting me into your ears and your eyes for that little bit of time and taking in whatever I've said, good or bad. I truly appreciate you and thank you. These flowers are also for you, and I appreciate you. Fans, writers, artists, letterers, Geek culture, yes, absolutely. Okay, because this is for us, by us, and I am loving us. All right. So on that note, folks, I am going to skedaddle. I'm not sure how to skedaddle. If you have any ideas on how I can skedaddle, let me know. I will take them under advisement, obviously. But I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm not going to steal Kenny Omega's stuff, I promise. But I will see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TBA News, where we will be doing our geek culture upfronts for March. What are we excited to see? What's going to be out there? We'll see. And then next Friday, I will be back for another episode of the Hungry Bleak Show, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Yeah. But tomorrow, immediately, you can see all three of the TBA News team at VirtuousCon. Like I said, Robert will be vending, so he will be on that floor. Jabba will be gaming 2 to 5 for South of Midnight, and I will be hosting Comics and the Legacy of Resistance panel in the Octavia Butler Room at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at VirtuousCon. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Please be blessed. I think it's Friday, so JD and his group might be coming up around 8 o'clock. You can check them out. I love doing a lead-in, and that's what I'm doing for them because I think JD and the Unstoppable Comics group is one of the best things ever. So let me check real quick and make see. That's not an actual term, is it? Is it? That doesn't matter. They should be coming up. JD is one of the best people out there, I want to say, and I just love seeing what he's doing and what he does with his people and his whole crew, which they are always amazing. And they're truly like some of the best people possible. Let me just double check and make sure, but I believe they will be on tonight at 8 p.m. They usually are on, I want to say on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and on Facebook actually. They're usually there too. Let's take a look and see what Mr. JD is doing. Yeah, they might be up there. Yeah, so you can check them out. Go check out these guys. They're always having the best time ever. I feel like I need to do another episode on there just because they are just so much fun, and JD just brings such an enthusiasm and such a jolt of energy to everything that he does. It's beautiful. He also has his Kickstarter out for Vicky Sticks issue 2. Streamland. You can check them out at Streamland. Let me make sure I get it right, because if I can show it to you, I will, folks, because I'm all about sharing the wealth, if that makes any sense. It doesn't really, but whatever. And Comic Book Streamland, absolutely, folks, absolutely. Let's see what we got going on here tonight. Let's see what they're doing. Are they going to be over here tonight? Are they going to be here tonight? No, they're not. They had a show last night. Well, damn it. I was excited. I was honestly hoping to see that. They had a show last night, but they'll usually come on and they'll talk about everything from the Kickstarters that they've got going on to other things that they have in comics. Let me show you them real quick so you can go and check them out. They are, like I said, some of the best people possible. Absolutely love this one. Take this off, add that. So yeah, there they are. Comic Book Streamland. Whenever you have a chance, go and check out Jay the Unstoppable. Comic Book Streamland. Best people. He's got his whole group of creatives up there talking about whatever topics are out there. Sometimes they'll talk about it indie comic, explain it. Sometimes they'll talk about crossovers. They'll talk about variant covers. They'll talk about figures. They'll talk about things that are part of the business and just actual comics themselves. And the conversation could go anywhere at any time. Believe me. All right. So have fun with them as well. Like I said, great group of people. Go check out Comic Book Streamland. And for that, folks, I am out of here. You have a very good evening. Please be safe, and I'll see you later, all right? Oh, tomorrow. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. VirtuousCon, the panel, comics, and the legacy of resistance. I'll see you then.